All right, so this is what I'm doing on Hedera Hasgraph. I'm on a 5 minute chart looking for a favorable entry. I want to load up on this particular asset. All right, so we found a nice little rejection. All right, so what I'm doing now is that I'm measuring from here to here, and I got my retracement levels. So I'm really looking for price to come back down here to the 61, between 61 to 78%. And this is where I'm going to start an accumulation phase on this particular asset. All right, so I'm going to set some limit orders for the price to get back down here. I wish I could have got in over here, but I wasn't in the market at the time, so I didn't see this. And also, Coinbase started to do a lot of glitching as well too. So it is what it is. But now we just set the orders. We come down here, we get filled. All right. So this is going to be a massive order that I'm going to put in to secure. Now I've already secured a position before, and I sold on that run up that we had. So I'm on 5 minutes. Let me get off the 5 minutes. Just go to the hourly. All right. So you see this massive run up here. I was able to get out around this price point here. I didn't get the whole thing, but this was substantial enough for me, so I was satisfied with that. And I told myself I was going to wait patiently for price to come back down. All right. Now, just like I told you guys before, when XRP did that run up, historically XRP has a hard time of sustaining a rally. It rallies that it fails. So I went back and did a historical analysis on it, and that's exactly what happened. And you can go back and you can do sort of the same thing for HBAR. So when you think about this, guys, we're not, we're not officially in our bull run yet. Um, we still got some bear market levels that we have to overcome. But if you notice, you got to run up. Yeah, this is a fail, but it's a retest. All right. And then we push higher. But eventually, look at this price came back down, back to these key levels. All right. So you got to keep that in mind when you think of these particular assets that you're trading. All right. So a lot of times you get these little run ups like over here. Let's do this. All right. So you see this right here. All right, so we had these nice little run ups, and you got people who buying at the top, and then look what's happened instead of being patient. All right, same thing here. We get a run up, get a pull, pull, pull. All right, and then we get a nice little rally. So if you bought in these areas, you're pretty good. But if you missed, you shouldn't definitely be trying to get in up here, and then we get the pull back that we need down here. And of course, so we're a little lower, but that's essentially how we want to play this, right? Same thing here. All right, we're not in our official bull market. So, of course, you just got to understand the overall macro dynamics that's going on, especially with Bitcoin. You know, with that happening, Bitcoin is not ready, to resume its bull run. So, you're going to have these minor little, upside moves. A lot of times they're very lucrative. Um, we had one that did 2,000% in January, so that was a good one too. All right. All right. So you see, we got this move up, and you see we make our way down. All right. And so right now, like I said, I use a Fibonacci strategy. All right. Now look, this is a wick. So anytime a wick happens, you got to be careful. Here's what you want to look for. You got to understand that wicks leave clues. All right. So even up here, all right, this is a clue. That means that there are some orders up here that did not get filled. So these are sell orders that are still sitting up here. So eventually, something will drive the market back up here in the future, and you will see some form of sales, or it could blast through that area. But we say wicks leave clues, right? So this is this big wick. That means that there's a huge imbalance. Okay, this really means that a lot of buyers did come into the market to push this up. But guess what? There may be a lot of more buy orders down here that did not get filled because there wasn't enough sellers. All right. So that means there was too many buyers in this area right here. and it wasn't enough selling. So that means that you could have a lot of open buy orders that are still sitting in this zone. Because remember what I just said, I want to put a limit order down there, so hopefully it can get filled. Okay. Now, sometimes something like this could happen. Price can push back up here, revisit this that support level that it was just broken. All right. And then we'll get up here, we'll retest that, and we may have something like this to push a little lower, maybe create a double bottom, or we can go lower. Now, does it have to do that? No, it doesn't. We can fail where we're at right now. It doesn't have to go any further. Now we are pushing. We get a little bit of buy pressure coming back in. So we'll see how this is. But we do want to see price come back down and revisit this wick area so that we can see if some of the unfulfilled orders are still there. All right, so look right here. We got a little wick, blast up. All right, price came back down. It closed that wick. All right, so remember, wicks leave clues. Look right here. Wick, push down, price came back up. They filled that wick. All right, now you're gonna have times where price does not fill any wick. That happens. If you keep moving on. So remember, everything with trading, now it doesn't mean that it's gonna be 100%. All right, so that's that's something you definitely gotta keep in mind. All right, so yeah, but just go on the chart today, guys. Any chart you want. Look at the wicks, like right here, wick. All right, push down. All right, price rallies. It covered that wick. All right, and then look what happened. It had a lot of consolidation in this zone where this wick was. And this means that when this sell order was put in, there were a lot of sell orders, but then all the sell orders did not get filled. There was a lot that was still left. So what happens? Price pushbacks in this area and then starts liquidating their positions based off of that. Because these are the unfilled. All of this is based off the unfilled orders. Okay. So that's nothing but supply and demand. But keep looking at that. Um, and see if you guys can catch a trend and keep it simple, guys. All right, so yeah, that's my little analysis for H bar. Like I said, I hope we get back down here. I can pull my fibs from up here to down here as well too. I definitely want to see price come back below that 23%, and if we can, we get back into this region, and then hopefully we can push to get back up here. But it doesn't have to do that, but that's what I'm hoping for. I'm just going to stick with my analysis. Hit the like button, subscribe. It's your boy E. I'm out.